Hello Guardians, Ebontis here, back with another 100k Nightfall solo run, this time on Strange Terrain. Gonna mix up my loadout for you guys and probably do what I would call maybe the non-optimal, but to give you guys options of stuff that at least I know guns you can grind for, as opposed to, say, Thunderlord, which is definitely RNG. If you got it from the quest, great, but I know not everybody's got it, so I was trying something different. But for Strange Terrain, I'm gonna start here with the challenge card. So there's two options for singes. Solar's basically off the table from the crossbows, the grenades, and the boss itself. You definitely need to run something besides solar. Arc is a pretty solid option. Now, every Boomer Knight is going to be arc, so those can be damage. Those can be tough. And then the thralls themselves are arc as well, so they're going to hit you a little bit harder, and they can sometimes overrun you or catch you from behind a rock or whatever it is. And the other option is Void. Now, Void has its downfalls as well. The Ogre and the Shriekers, which the Shriekers are not too bad to control depending on where you're at. The Ogre will melt you, but the big thing is just managing cover and just kind of being patient with it. The Acolytes and the Snipers will be Void. So, I mean, there's not like a gimme on any of these per se, but Solar definitely seems like the worst because the boss just hits like a truck even not on Solar Singe, so leaving that off the table. But to mix it up, I am going to try Void Singe just to do something different and not run Thunderlord. Heavyweight's still on the table because I'm using a machine gun. Hammerhead is what it is. We'll get to that in a minute. But heavyweight's always nice to give you that benefit, and you can melt things, and machine guns work well. Now, you do need the annual pass to get Hammerhead and the Black Armory weapons, but that is what I'm going to be using. Now, Match Game is going to give you the biggest point buff if you're going for points or trying to give yourself a cushion in case the fight takes a little longer. Whatever it is, Momentum might be another option as well. I'm going to be running Devour, so don't even want to mess with that. Blackout is usually what I would run, but between all the thralls and just kind of not having that really be an issue with the radar, I'm not going to mess with that one. Now, I've got to a point where if you're high enough, like you can run a 95-point modifier, and I've still basically got a 4-point multiplier. So, if you don't even have to run with the debuff, and especially if you're running with friends or can run fast enough without any kills, you don't even need a debuff. But for sake of a score cushion, and we'll see how long this thing takes, I'm going to slap this on there and run with a 4.95. Now, if you're like 650 maxed, you could run 110. I'm running like 95, not just to overdo it. Maybe I'll do 503 or something like that. I don't know, I think I'm like 646, so I'll run 96, so I'm 10 points higher, just to have a little boost, a little cushion. So 4.99. Check the build real quick. I'll get to the subclass in a sec. I know, shocking, not using my Go Figure. Basically, I just hadn't used an exotic in the other two slots, and what do I use? And I was like, well, I've got range covered, so Exploding Hand Cannon seems pretty good to me. So Apes of Spades here. You do have a lot of thralls, so exploding things has its benefits, I promise. Now, my Tatar Gaze actually is a pretty good role for PvE. Specifically, like, this strike has a great benefit for it. Now, not everyone's going to be like this. All you're really looking to do is break the Knight shields. They are arc. You need some way to break them. Whether it is Thunderlord, if you've got it, then cool. Then run an Arc Singe and you can absolutely destroy stuff. On the other side, Tatar Gaze, I like going Sniper as opposed to, say, like a bow, because it hits harder, so it's a single shot to break a shield, and mine has some actually pretty good perks for PvE. Shield Disorient and Genesis work fairly well together, because Shield Disorient is I'm going to be breaking Arc Shield, so it's actually going to stagger that enemy and nearby enemies. So I'm going to break the Shield of the Knight, switch over to my Hammerhead, and then mow it down real fast. So that works pretty well. Even with Match Game, the heavy ammo is more efficiently used. And then Genesis, breaking a combatant shield with this weapon fills its magazine from reserves. Energy weapons regenerate ammo on hit when matching the damage type of the combatant shield. So a matching shield, disorient, getting ammo back, it's actually a pretty nice synergistic combo. So in this like small situation, it works pretty well. But honestly, like, this random Tatar Gaze here, Outlaw, opening shot, still going to hit hard, still going to break the shields. I have no idea what that is for a shader. Not really a huge fan, but it's there. Honestly, like, if you have Tatar Gaze or an Arc Sniper, I feel like that's probably a decent option. Hammerhead, I did finally get a good roll here. Feeding Frenzy Rampage, I can't argue with that. And whatever your Singe is in heavyweight, match it down here, because that's the key. Now, you could do Wardcliff Coil if you got a group and you can melt the boss pretty hard. But the other thing is you can't melt a lot of the ads, so you have different benefits. Like, if you're running with a group, one person with Wardcliff can put a whole bunch of work in. If you go all three, you might be able to one phaser before she goes immune. It's not really anything I'd risk on your own. So, Thunderlord, if you're going Arc Singe, is amazing. If you don't want to go Arc Singe or don't have it, Hammerhead, and if you've got it, also works well, too. So, all that being said, I've got some machine gun reserves on. For my Void Walker, I'm going to go Devour for survivability. I tried the top tree and I did finish it. I did have a couple deaths in there, but the Slova Bomb and Cataclysm works really well, especially if you have like Skull of, what is it called? Skull of Dire Ahamkara. Nova Bomb grants super energy, so if you kill a lot of things with this, you almost like refill your super bar as it is. But I'm going to go Devour down here. You could run Karnstein Armlets. I just have Scavenger on my glove, so I can't really get rid of that. But if you do have Karnstein Armlets and melees and all this stuff going on, you can just punch things and stay alive. So there are different ways to stay alive in this one, so I figured for a change I wouldn't run like Well of Radiance and Thunderlord, trying to mix it up for y'all. So, all that being said, the long intro, if you guys see the timestamps, you guys hopefully jumped ahead if you wanted to. So I will see you on the ground, and let's get this thing going. Alright, Guardians, jump on that Sparrow. Drive a little bit. It's just quicker to drive. You are still always working against the clock, even with a pretty high multiplier. This strike gets long, the immunity phases on the boss. Just takes a little while. So, first piece, you're going to have that knight, so grab that sniper, stagger him, and you'll usually stagger the enemies around him. If you can kill him and get some heavy ammo to drop, it might work better, but make sure you guys always hit a rally flag going into any of these things. You're going to be just in a better ammo situation. Now, I usually peek to the left. You're going to have one more knight over here. A couple acolytes down at the bottom, which I swear I'm just going to launch one just like that off the cliff. Now, down below you're either going to have a knight or a wizard. Usually it's a wizard. Looks like this time I've got the knight, so this will probably be a bit of a different run. The knight's better mostly because I can not have to burn so much ammo trying to break a shield. I can just work on killing him. Might have more health, but usually better on the ammo front. Now, if you do burn some ammo, just make sure you're mixing up what gun you use, so you try and get some of that ammo back. It's kind of that whole juggler thing. If I'm killing everything with my heavy gun, I'm not going to be getting heavy drops. But if you switch up to like your primary or your secondary and then kill stuff, you're going to be better. So, going to have some ads coming down the hill, so this will be definitely a thing. So, a couple wizards. And then start shooting these guys as they come at you. The knight especially, shoot them in the head. Curse Thrall, and then Curse Thrall, and then Curse Thrall. Apparently they're just going to line up. Now just around this corner you'll have one, usually have two, a couple snipers at the top, 1, 2. Now around here you'll start looking for the ads, a couple acolytes. You will have a couple adherent snipers, watch those, they're void. And anything a sniper that matches the singe is painful, so careful. There we go, explodey boys. And then now we can start breaking some shields. If you peek up much farther than where I'm at, you will get the Curse Thrall to spawn. Or if it's not Curse Thrall, you're going to have 4 of those guys with the big shield spawning as well. So be careful. I'm just going to kill him with my sniper because that feels better. That works. And heavy ammo's dropping, so I'm going to reload. Once you peek up, you're going to get whatever to spawn. Now jump back, because if they're aggressive just like this, time to just melt some faces. Because I've got heavy on the ground, but those knights are also going to be worth a lot of points. Now it's random. Sometimes those are going to be Curse Thrall. Seems like the Curse Thrall are with the wizard, and the knights are with the previous knight. So final boss will be up here. Not boss per se, but other knights to kill. But that stagger actually works really well in this one. Surprisingly good. Just, wow, I can't do things. They'll dissipate, but yeah, don't fly off the cliff either. Alright, so reload and we'll keep going. See, that's the difference on that one. In about 3 minutes, I'll have like 40k versus about 30 to 33k if I just have the Curse Thrall. So the knights are worth more, so there's that benefit. And let's get to the next phase. Most of this intro stuff is just these little hallways and rooms. No major fights until we get to the Ogre itself. We're going to have some ads that come up here. So we can start killing some of the Curse Thrall if they get aggressive. If the Curse Thrall take out everything else, then, well, it's just good times rolling. If I got some heavy ammo, I don't even need to go run after the rest of this. Pull out your sniper. You're going to have 2 shielded elite knights at the bottom, so stagger them quick. This will speed this process along right here. Oh, or whiff. And then once they die, now this is where like you can get them low and then kill them with like your primary and then see if you can get heavy ammo drops. If not, it's fine, but if you do, well, you know, a little more heavy to blow with. So staggers. Now I'll switch over to heavy because these big shielded knights are going to pop out of the wall. And smash him up. There you go. No heavy, but that's the idea. Get him low, hit him with something else, you might get something good. 4 shielded knights, 4 sniper bullets, and hopefully 4 staggers if this thing all comes together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They actually stagger each other. Gets really effective with Rampage on here. Wizard should spawn. Use my Rampage bullets to burn through the shield, and then hopefully finish this going. Now, if he runs away, make sure you follow it, because that shield coming back really sucks, actually. Now, again, if you have the knights early on, you're going to have more knights in this section. Normally, it's all acolytes, but apparently it will mix up. So I got to peek around and try and find the wizard again, which also means I got to burn some more heavy ammo, which is kind of annoying on this shield because he's all twitchy and stuff. Now that should hopefully kill him, which I got to assume it did. There, boss is down. Now you're going to have some acolytes to kill, and then once you creep up far enough, you can have about a gazillion thrall spawn. So line them up. If you need heavy ammo, kill them with something else. If you don't need heavy and you can make orbs and get your super back, kill them with something masterwork, like my hammerhead is. So I grab my orb, spawn the thrall. And again, the farther away they are. Now, this one, if you have the knights, also seems to have more curse thrall than regular thrall. If you just have the wizards, or if you just kind of have the other type of run that you'll have, I don't really see curse thrall. I tend to just get just a bunch of thrall, major and not. So there's 2 variances. They're all hive. It just kind of depends on what your ads are going to be. So now I kind of got to be a little more aggressive on the heavy ammo, working through. But 90k, 6 minutes. Pretty good run if I can put this together and not die in the ogre room, which is always the hard part for me. When I'm going on this void run, that seems to be the issue. If I can get to the boss run, I think I can manage that. It's mostly just the ogre room, because that ogre is not forgiving at all. There's my heavy that I need. Perfect. Knight's going to be behind that pillar, so give it a second. You will have that guy up top as well. So if that's the case and you got some heavy dropping, have some fun with snipes. Pete, where'd he go? What's up, buddy? I got these 2. 1 more stagger. Hi. Welcome to the party. There we go. You know, got ammo for days up here, and we're good. Plenty of heavy ammo up here. Probably need a little sniper ammo now. Got a little aggressive there. Peeking around the corner. If you guys are not watching this live on Twitch, you can catch me on Twitch sometimes. So here's the 2 options. You're either going to have a Shrieker here, or you're going to have the ogres. So I'll explain the ogre fights, otherwise the Shrieker would be standing right here. But you're going to have the wanted wizard. If you have the Shrieker, kill the Shrieker first. Then focus on the wanted wizard, because that's just like if you drop the shield, kill it. And then if you have the ogre, then that's your next focus as well. And again, if you can kill it without blowing through all your heavy ammo, you might get some heavy to drop, just like that. Now, the big ogre will absolutely ruin your day. So if you can creep over here, stay kind of low, get a couple kills, keep your devour active. That might actually work. Watch your grenades and kind of peek back and forth for your ads. You're going to be looking for your knight to come out. Same thing here. If you can stagger that shield, keep it going, get the kills, get the health back, and yep, try not to be in line of sight of that guy. And again, if you want the ogre to move, stay crouched, don't get too exposed. Maybe find a couple of these acolytes to kill. There you go. Go ahead and get Devour back up. Don't think the other wizard's going to show his face. Oh, he is actually up there too. Damn it, I can't get him though. He's right around that corner. It's usually an acolyte up there, but that knight was close to showing his face. Watch the grenades. This guy right here, he needs to die. Yeah, I just want to kill him. Got to be careful, make sure I have enough shots to break shields. But the ogre's at a pretty good spot, so I can come up. I'm not even worried about you. I'm staggered. Make sure you have this wall for cover. Watch for the acolytes above. Make sure the ogre can't get to you. And now I gotta go crystal throwing. Keep my health up a little bit. Give myself a little bit of cover here. Watch for the fire to go away. That ogre is on my head, so be careful. Use the cover. Now if that happens, the main reason that guy spawned is because I didn't pick up the orb. So it's not always going to do that, but if you don't pick it up fast enough, you might have that happen. So just be aware it's a thing. Now, again, watch the ogre. See if I can actually break the one I'm going for. Now, I have some issues sometimes running to the left, so this time I'm going to run off to the right and give myself just a little more cover options with these rocks. And if you hug the rocks, you have a better chance of avoiding the ogres like line of sight. Now, if you have the shriekers, one shrieker would be up here, but if you have the ogres, there's one roaming around now because I killed the first two knights. So you got to find the ogre, which is usually going to be on the backside, and coming up behind it is honestly a good idea. So that dude feels like going, you know, all crazy on me. As soon as you kill the ogre, jump up to the top, get in this cover quickly. You're going to have 3 acolytes up here, fast. Then you're going to have 2 other guys. You're going to have 1 more knight spawn. If you leave the knight alone and don't get too exposed, let it fall, kill the 2 snipers, watch out behind you, and then let the knights fall down. So this will give you a chance to maintain and, you know, get things back to decency. You can start picking off some of these guys a little bit. Be careful of the ogre. It just absolutely wrecks you at this point. Now, again, trying to pick off some ads can be a little bit of fun, but also terrifying at the same time. So I got 1 knight out there, which is good, so I can try and use the stagger to kill it. I'm going to go ahead and get this one up, and then see if I can find the other. Ooh, I can actually see it from this angle. That's perfect. Now, I've had some issues with knight placement, but if you can get to a point where you can get them both killed and dropped, now you may get another one to spawn, so that's just because you haven't picked up the orbs yet, but if I've got 2 to pick up, I can work with this. So, that being said, wait, how many crystals? I still have 2. So I've got 1 down here. Got to be careful where it's at. Wait till at least it stops shooting if you're going to push. I'm going to grab this. Go for a throw. Watch for the knight out here. Hug these rocks really close. Be ready to pop a shield, just like that. Even if you blow some ammo, that's okay. Get the other piece. Watch for your ads. I might even pull back up here. I am a little slow, so be careful. But then you can get a clean throw, break the shield, and if you want to super him, that probably will work too. That ought to kill him pretty quick. And we done. Now you might kind of shoot him 1 time with a bullet. That's totally fine. So, got a few orbs out there. You're going to have a few ads that will dissipate after a little while. Wait for him to go away, and then we'll proceed forward. 150k right now at 11 minutes. Ogre is down. Let's see if we can wrap this thing up. Now, see if I've got any ammo around, which I've got sniper, but not heavy. So I'll try and be a little more aggressive on other gun usage until I get some more. And now we're basically at the boss room. We got more knights, more shields to break, so shield disorient coming into play. Now this is 12 minutes into the boss room, so this is a slower run. But the boss could be slow, but if I have enough points that I can have like a big cushion, that's what I'm going for. So even if it takes me 20 minutes, I have enough that I can lose and still get that 100k. So this is just with the immunity phases, hard to be aggressive and stay alive, so we'll see how everything goes. So I'll break like the first 2. Might lower some health down, working with a couple bullets. Just see how much I can trade. And then just if I got more sniper ammo, we'll trade it here. Now again, I've still got a decent amount. That stagger will work well on both. Stagger it again. Hit him in the face. I do have some heavy up there. As the heavy is harder to get when it's under literally the boss's butt, I'm going to come up here, get a little more aggressive so I can pick it up. Actually, if I can stagger him, that'd be even better. Well, I'll fall down first. That's perfect. Alright, stagger it. I'm going to grab my ammo and then try and keep it working down on the shield. And then back off as I run away. I do have more heavy up there at the top, which is good. Not a great place for it, but at least I know it's there. Alright, so first, you know, you're going to have the initial melting and then immunity phase, but if you want to try and pull some of these guys to you, let the ads come to you, so if you are looking for ammo, it might drop a little closer to where you can use it, as opposed to being like on the top of the map. So I got heavy out here, which is nice. Now I can be more aggressive with my heavy use and get him to his first immunity phase. You don't want to waste like forever, but believe me, trying to get this boss to its immunity phases quickly is important. So, now same thing. Now if I want to get some orbs, I can definitely start using my heavy a little bit more if I've got some optional ammo. I know I've got some guys hiding out. If I'm a little low on the ammo, I can use the primary action. Lots of Brawler coming first, then you're going to be looking for your Knights. And now's when you want to go devour and start killing everything. So, and just start killing lots of stuff. When the knights start popping out on this first phase, those are the ones that you're going to be throwing the shield with. Apparently a lot of things are exploding, which works wonders. There we go. Another acolyte. The knights are going to come out pretty early on. Right now the boss isn't doing much to you. So go ahead and tag him. Knock it down quick if he's definitely staggered. I lost my devour, but I can get it back real quick. Now I've got heavy ammo a decent amount on the ground, so I'm going to be really aggressive with the heavy for now. This guy's hiding, so bummer on that. Really, dude? Oh, he's all sorts of pissed off now. Alright, so he exploded. Got my grenade back. I got the orbs to throw. Now, if you same thing, if you don't throw the orb quick enough, you will get another knight to spawn, but I'm not really in a huge rush at this point, so I'm going to take my time. The boss isn't very aggressive right now, so I'm doing okay. And between each of these phases, I could, if I really wanted to, go get that heavy up there, but it's not really necessary because I've got a decent amount back here. Same thing. Ads are going to spawn this time, so be aggressive with your damage on the boss. As I have a decent amount of heavy ammo, I can be. Put a quick chunk of damage in. That Devour is going to save my life with Joys of a Void Warlock, so just a different build for you guys for a change. Yep, you do have a couple snipers up top in the in-between phases, but now the boss is going to shoot at me. So that's the key here. You're going to have a couple wizards on this second phase. Make sure you find them, kill them quick. You can burn their solar shields down really fast, so just keep that in mind. You guys see what Devour is capable of doing in here? It's really powerful. Just every enemy I kill is able to keep me alive. Break that shield, melt this guy down. I wish I had like an infinite reload situation, but I don't. Alright, so doing alright. I do need to find me some ammo at some point, but I'm doing pretty solid on the ammo drops right now. Try and keep this working. Take him out. Throw this one. Grab me a little ammo. And, hey Thrall, what's up? Now I can tag this guy because I got the Devour triggered. Working it down. Same thing. Come across. The boss can hit me. So that's definitely a thing. So be careful there. It hurts. That's why you do not want solar on. So I gotta run out, pick this thing up, peek back, grab some health. And now the fun chaotic phase. So, boss will be available to do its thing again. Gonna have a couple snipers, try and pick them off early. Less things flying at you. Get my Devour on. And then just start melting. Now the boss is gonna be on basically fire at this point, so I'm gonna Nova Bomb, try and push him off of me. Just keep him back a little bit. And then now begins the fun part. So, you'll be looking for the ads. I'm going to be more aggressive with the heavy, just because there's a ton of them that start coming out. Devour saving my life right now. This is about your safe rock on phase 3. You can either be on one side or the other, and there's not much else you can do. Got to push them to that next phase of immunity. And this is where, no more wizards. This will be your final piece, though. You're going to have the Thrall that spawn coming out. Watch for snipers. Wait for the knights to spawn. I do need that stuff to start coming. So the boss is going to be mobile now. So however you run through this, just watch for the ads. Be aggressive. But use this rock on either side as your cover. And again, boss comes to one side, switch to the other. Take out your ads and just watch and listen for those knights to spawn as well. And again, switch those sides. At some point, you're going to have to go across. That's just going to have to happen. And just depends on when those knights spawn out. So be careful, watch for those. There's the first knight. See if we can pop that shield. Finish it up. Again, this is where machine gun scavenger reserves and all this is like paying huge dividends right now. So I can melt these ads down. The orb is down, so I'm going to make this push. Devour is a lifesaver at the current moment. Believe me, this would not be happening right now otherwise. Ow, ow, ow. I can melt these guys, keep getting my health back. Oh, that is a terrible place. I gotta pull this wizard over to me. I gotta pull the boss because I cannot get to that orb. So I'm gonna kill him from range. I really have to kill some stuff that's on the bud. I'm going to super him, just because it's better that way. Even though shield didn't make that better. That's fine. Alright, shield. Really, buddy? Get you out of there. Get my Devour back on. Alright, 2 orbs I gotta pick up. I'm gonna go full circle up top, grab some heavy. Gives me a little leniency here. Now I just have the unfortunate time of trying to run for these orbs while the boss is in the middle. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get much more ad circulation, but if I can pull the boss to me, I might be able to get to it. So at this point, 180k, I know I'm losing points. I just literally have to pull the boss so I can run by. Now that was... There. That's what I want, right there. Well, I'm going to run through. Pick one up. I'm going to do the turnaround fadeaway jumper. Put the second one. Knight should disappear, and now I can melt the boss down. Full clip. See what I got. I'm probably going to need to reload. Can't finish him up quite yet. Almost there. Still safe behind this cover. And just get away, get aggressive. Come on, don't do it, don't do it. And we go. There we go. So 177k, as I said, it was about 20 minutes, but that pretty much covers it. So Devour for a Warlock, pretty much the greatest thing right now for survivability, just because it's insane. Towering Barricade's going to work, all those different things. But let's get back to Orbit, and we will finish this thing up. But that pretty much wraps it up, Guardians. So, again, Void Singe is an option. You just have different things to worry about. The Ogre fight, if you can manage the cover with the Ogre, I mean, mine went really smooth. If you guys watch this live on Twitch, that was probably like take 12. So, the Ogre gave me the biggest troubles on Void Singe. On Arc Singe, the boomers don't seem as bad, but between the boomers and the Thrall, they can definitely mess you up when it gets to be really crazy. Now, a Warlock Devour is powerful, but if you put up like a Towering Barricade and you have a bunch of ads come up behind you, that also gives you some cover and slows them down. So there are definitely benefits to different classes. If you're a hunter and you got to go try and run out and pick up an orb, going invisible has its benefits as well. You know, Celestial Nighthawk, Golden Gun, there are certain ways to go. I just don't think Solar Singe would be my favorite. Void Singe or Arc Singe are probably my recommendation. If you got Thunderlord, honestly... Arc Singe probably going to be easier on all things just because more damage, the lightning chains to more enemies and stuff like that. But if you don't have Thunderlord, I wanted to do something different and actually not use my Go Figure. So that pretty much wraps this one up. Thank you guys who ever did watch this live. If you haven't watched this stuff live on Twitch before, it is twitch.tv/Ebontis. Chats are always fun. It's a good time. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, it's twitter.com/Ebontis. It's Ebontis everywhere. But if you guys are watching this on YouTube and you enjoyed the video, drop a like below. Leave a comment if you want to say, hey, questions, thoughts about builds, and all of those things. But as always, you guys are amazing. The support has been awesome lately, so hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. I've got more content coming. Anthem, Division 2, Destiny 2. Seems like I'm going to be busy, so stay tuned for the future videos, and if you guys subscribe, I'll stay in your feed. So have an awesome day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you're at around the world. Have a great one, and I'll see you soon.